to cylinder. So let's look at our formula sheet here. Our cylinder formula says the surface area is found by doing 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Okay, so that's your formula you would use on the CRT test or other tests if you have to find the surface area of a cylinder. I want to go through and explain where they get that though. Okay? So here's where that formula comes from. Let's start with the lateral area. Lateral area is perimeter times the height. But the perimeter is a circle. We don't call it perimeter when it's a circle. What do we call it? Circumference. So we do circumference times the height. And what's the formula for circumference? Circumference. Do I need to choose someone in particular? Person number 15. Tila, what's the formula for circumference? 2 pi r is correct. And then we want to use the height as well, so we multiply all the three of those together. That gives us the lateral area, right? Then the base is the area of a circle. So let's see if, oh, I went too far. No, she already answered one. Darn it. Okay, I messed my calculator up. Anyone know the area of a circle?
316
Area.
Wow.
Area of a circle. Raise your hand if you know the area of a circle. Rebecca. Pi r squared, right? But how many bases are there? 2 bases. So wouldn't that be 2 pi r squared? Right? So that means that the total surface area is found by adding the bases 2 pi r squared plus the lateral area 2 pi r h. So these are the 2 bases plus the lateral area. Now look at that formula. Does that look like that formula? It does, and it's just like the prism formula is the way that we created it. Okay, let's do an example. We're going to say that the radius of our cylinder is 6. Let's make it 6 centimeters. And we're going to say that the height of our cylinder is 8. How do we find the, let's just do surface area. We'll skip all the little in-between steps, and we'll just use the whole formula, 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, and we'll find the entire surface area all at once. Okay, so we go 2, which is just a number, times pi, which is just a number, 3.14, times r squared. So in this particular case, what is r? 6. So we're going to do 6 squared. Now the next part of the formula is 2, which is 2, and pi, which is 3.14, and then times r, which is 6, and then times the height, h, which is 8. Does everyone see where I got those numbers that I wrote into the picture there? So radius 6, so that went in for that r right there, and that r right here. And then height 8 goes in place of the h, 8 right there. Okay. Now order of operations says we have to multiply before we add. So we have to multiply this stuff together and then add it to that stuff, multiplied together. I'm going to leave the pi out for a minute so I can leave the pi on the side. So let's go 2 times 6 times 6. What do we get? I'm going to get my calculator working again so I can call on anyone. 2 times 6 times 6. Okay, so person 17 is Sunday. What's 2 times 6 times 6? You were supposed to have already had it done, so you could just tell me. What is it? Okay, but then did we multiply in the pi already? No, so guess what? We're just going to leave it on the side. Okay, next I'm going to pick someone to give me this answer. 2 times 6 times 8. Everyone find it. So that you can quickly tell me. 2 times 6 times 8. Oh, I messed up my random integer again. Okay, who has it? Raise your hand. Monique. 96? Just 96? 96 pi. Okay? Alright, now we're going to add those two numbers together. Okay, 168 pi. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do, so that's one way to leave your answer in terms of pi. But the last thing I want you to do is actually multiply it in and get your decimal answer by using the pi in your calculator. Okay, so everybody do that for me. Everybody do that part for me, and then I've called someone randomly. You might get picked more than once, so be cautious. If your number comes up again, I'll call on you again. So the number is 20, and that goes with person, who was it? Now I can't remember who it was. Oh, Monica. What'd you get? 527.7. And this was in centimeters, so our units would be square centimeters, right? Try and do that. I forgot to do that in this problem. This should be square meters. Okay. So cylinders, I think, are much easier than prisms, because it's just a straightforward formula, although you have to deal with pi, so it's kind of a trade-off. Pi's not that hard once you get used to it.